this. Okay, given a binary search tree BST and two node values P and Q, find the lowest common ancestor. The LCA of two nodes is the lowest or deepest node that has both nodes as descendants. Okay, so example is this. So that means 628047935. Input is this. So this is the binary search tree BST, and this is the value P and Q. You have to find their common ancestor. Okay, that means 2 is here, as you can see, 8 is here. You can see, so their common ancestor is 6, so that's why output is 6. So if the P value is 3 and Q is 5, then the common ancestor should be 4. If the P is 7 and Q is 9, then common ancestor is 8. Okay, so this is what you have to solve. Okay, I hope you understood the pattern. You understood the questions. You understood the task. So please solve the problem by yourself. This will be a quick question for you. Let me show you one question of which I'm going to give you the answers as well. And if you want this question's answer, please watch this video till the end. Okay, let me discuss the second question at first. Okay, so let me discuss the second question. But before that, guys, I want you to have the prime materials of Virtusa, in which you will get all the recent questions which answers all the previous set questions as well. Like as you can see, we have provided everything from the first round till the last round, including the essay writing, including the second round coding questions, and as well as interview preparations. All of these are included. You can see the students' feedback like this. So all are giving 5 stars to us, as well as we have been recognized as 0.1% top performer in TopMed. So and 1,000 plus students are preparing through these materials. Why not you? So please go to the link given in the description box. So if you purchase this, the PDF will be like this. So this way you will get all the questions and their answers will be provided below in Java only, because they are expecting the answer in Java. So that's why I have provided the questions answers in Java only. Okay, so the link will be given in the description box or in the comment section. Please go to that and grab the opportunity in Virtusa. Okay, so let me discuss the second question.
Hey, you ready for the future? Tekno UF is here with premium prep materials, no need to fear. Cognizant, Accenture, TCS, and more. We'll get you ready, open up that door.
The question was regarding valid permutation. Okay, so your task, you are given two integers n and k. Your task is to generate a valid permutation of integers from 1 to n such that there are exactly k inversions in the array. So an inversion in a permutation is a pair ij such that I less than j and array I is greater than array j. Your goal is to return any one permutation of numbers 1 to n having exactly k inversions. If no such permutations is possible, return -1. Input format is this: n is equal to 5, k is equal to 5. Output is this. How? Let me just share that. Okay, so actually I think it is wrongly placed. Let me just put actual value. That is okay. So now let me just explain why this is the output for this sample input. Okay, so your task is to return any one permutation of numbers 1 to n. Okay, 1 to n having exactly k inversions. Okay, having exactly k inversions, so we have to have total 5 inversions in this case, exactly 5 inversions in this case. If no such permutation is possible, then return -1. Okay, now our initial goal is to return k, that means 5 inversions. What is inversion? That is a in permutation, inversion in a permutation is a pair ij such that I less than j and array I is greater than array j. So here array I is greater than, so I and j, right? Here it is I and it is j. Here it is I, it is j, right? So this ith value is greater than this j or not, less than j or not. Yes, because here it is 0, it is 1, it is 2, it is 3, it is 4, right? So ith value here is lesser than this value, and array I is greater than this array j. Okay, so this is one inversion. So array I is greater than this array j, array I is greater than this array j. So these are all inversions, right? Where these all conditions are matching. Okay, that means I is equal to 0. So 0 is lesser than 1, 0 is lesser than 2, 0 is lesser than 3, 0 is lesser than 4, and also this is matching, that is array I is greater than array j, array I is greater than array j, array I is greater than array j. So these are all inversions, right? So 5,1, that can be one inversion, 5,2, that can be one inversion, 5,4, that can be one inversion, 5,3, that can be one inversion, but 1, 2 cannot be an inversion. Why? Because array I in case of 1, okay, it is lesser than this. Okay, it is lesser than array j, so that's why it is not matching, so it will not be in our consideration. For 2 comma 4, this also is not matching our conditions, right, criteria. So array I comma j is not fulfilling our criteria, so it is not an inversion. But 4 comma 3, this is an inversion because array j is lesser than array I, so 4 comma 3 will be another inversion. So total 1 2 3 4 5 inversions are already made, and this is the exactly requirement, that is we have to have total k inversions, that is 5 inversions in our array. Okay, array or list. So I hope you understood the task, right? So if you understood, guys, then please give the answer in the comment section, and if you want me to give the answer, then please watch till the end of the video. Okay, and guys, please do subscribe and share this content with your friends so that they can also take help from this. Let me give you just one more example so that you can understand better. Let's say you have given n is equal to 4. Okay, and let me just remove those. Let's say n is equal to 4 and k is equal to 5 still. Okay, now how will you arrange this array so that you can get total 5 inversions, k inversions? Okay, how will you arrange the array? So the number will be from 1 to n, right? 1 to n, and you have to arrange in such a way so that total 5 inversions are made. So the greater number should be placed at first. Okay, greater number should be placed at first, 4. Then if I just arrange this way, 4 3 2 1, then we got how much inversions? 1 inversions, 2 inversions, 3 inversions, 4 3 4 2 4 1, 3 inversions. Now 3 2 2 1, so total 5 inversions are made, right? So this way we can arrange the we can arrange this array such a way so that total k inversions can be made. Okay, so that is 4 comma 3 3 comma 2 2 comma 1, and also 4 comma 2 and 2 comma 4 comma 1. Okay, so these are all inversions can be possible. So guys, I hope you understood. So this is the solutions I have prepared for you. So at first, let's say this is the sample input, and we have so n is equal to 4 and k is equal to 5. We have hard coded the input. List of integer we are taking, in which we will store a list which is being returned by this function generate permutation, which is taking 2 argument n comma k. Okay, and it is just simply printing the permutation list. Okay, so let me just show the sample, implementation of the functions. Okay, so it is an static function, and it is returning a list of integers and taking 2 arguments, both are integers. Okay, so now in the result, which is a list of integer, the list is being implemented by this array list, because list is an interface, so it is being implemented by the array list class. Okay, so in this result we'll store all the element in such a way so that we'll get the inversions. Okay, so now we are initializing the value of start and end as 1 to n, because it was told in the question. Okay, now for I is equal to 0 to I less than n, so we are going through all the element from ith value 0 to the nth value. Okay, so at the first condition, in initial condition is if k is greater than this, then this. So what we are doing here, let me just tell you. For the first scenario, 5 comma 5. Okay, if n is equal to 5 and k is equal to 5, in this case start is equal to 1. Okay, start is equal to 1, end is equal to 5, right? So if k is greater than equal to end minus 1, 5 minus 1, that is 4, then result dot add end. So we are just adding 5, so end is 5, right? So we are adding 5 into the result list. Why? Because if let's say there is another scenario where k is equal to, so n is equal to, let's say 5 and k is equal to 3. Okay, so in this case end is equal to 5 and start is equal to 1, so 5 minus 1 is 4, right? So 3 is the k k is greater than equal to 4? No, false, right? So it will not include the end value into the list. Why? Because we need to get the exact kth value, kth inversion, right? So that's why we'll take the max value at possible. Okay, so we have included that 5, that means the kth value into the list, and then end value. Okay, end value at the first. Okay, then we are decreasing the value of k. So what was the value of k at first? That was 5. Then the value of k decreased by end minus start, that is 5 minus 1, that is 4, right? So k was 5 minus 4, so it will be decreased to 1, and end will also be decreased by 1, that is the end was 5, so it will now be 4, right? In the next iteration, it will check if k is greater than or equal to end minus start. So end was 4, start was 1 itself. Okay, start has not been changed. Okay, so 4 minus 1, that is 3. So now it is checking if the k is greater than equal to that or not. So if it is false, then it will jump out to the else block. So in else block, it will check if it will not check, it will just add the start value, that is 1, into the result. Okay, so that means the 1, right? So result dot add 1, because the condition was false here, so 1 will be added to the result, 5 comma 1, and then the start value will be increased, because in the next iteration 1 should not be here, right? If this else block is executed, the start value should be incremented by 1 at least. Okay, in the next iteration ith value is 2. In the next iteration ith value is 2. So now k is greater than end minus start or not. So end was 4, right? So 4 minus 2, that is 2. So this way it will check if it is not going, like it will not be executed, right? So it will go to the else block, and 2 will be 2 will be added, and the new value of start will be 3 now. So this way it will keep adding, and 5 1 2 4 3 will be the output. Okay, I hope you understood, guys. So let me just run this code and show you what is the answer. Okay, so for sample input 4 and 5, the output should be 4 3 1 2, 4 3 1 2, and because let's say 4 3 4 1 4 2, total 4 inversions now, and 4 3 4 1 4 2 3 inversions, then 3 1 3 2, so total 5 inversions done. Okay, now if I just run this code for 5 comma 5, then there should be 5 inversions again. Okay, so 5 1 5 2 5 3 5 4 and 4 3, so total 5 inversions made. Okay, I hope you understood. So if you understood, then guys, please do subscribe this channel, and if not, then please let me know in the comment section. I'll try to assist you. And if you want me to upload more content on this, then please suggest me which content do you want more, and please do share this content with your friends so that they can also take help from this, and also I will be motivated. Okay, so thank you for today's session.